So, as a lot of you may know, the Devil May Cry anime dropped a little bit over a week ago, like a week and a half ago, and let's just say some of the reactions to it online are very mixed, and the Devil May Cry fandom's gone into like a whole civil war on Twitter over this anime. Some of it's justified, some of it's not. Some people are overreacting, but then I get why some people are mad, and I kind of just want to get into that because there's a lot of controversies about the creator of the show, how some characters are handled, and just things like that. So I kind of do want to get into that, but I don't know, I just want to give my own personal unscripted opinion on this anime and be as authentic as possible with my opinion, without going any further into a random rambling. Let's get into the actual review instead of this intro. All right. So first off, I kind of want to talk a little bit before I get into the actual show. I kind of want to talk about why a lot of people have problems with the creator. So a lot of people's problems with the creator, Adi Shankar. I don't know if I mispronounced that. I might have. A lot of people have problems with him specifically because of a lot of political issues. I'm not super knowledgeable on what political, like on what side of political spectrum he's on, but from what I know, the stuff he said, people don't fuck with. There's a lot of people that don't like that he's doing the whole devil's good, humans bad thing, or church bad thing. But in my personal opinion, I'm one of the people that don't mind that trope, as long as it's not like all the demons are good and then like every human's bad. Because there's good humans and bad humans, and there can be good demons and bad demons. But I think as long as it's done like that, which it was in the show, I think that's fine. I didn't have a problem with the whole good demons and bad demons and good humans and bad humans. I think it was done fine. I just don't like it when it's only good human, bad demon, or good demon, bad human. Like if it's like I think if you want to have a compelling series when it comes to demons and stuff like that, you want to have like you want to show that there's good and bad people on both sides, and not just one side's good, the other side's bad. But I actually didn't have a problem with how the whole demons were handled. I thought the demons were handled well. I think it's fine that the demons are sympathetic in this show, or at least some of them are. But besides that, like Adi Shankar was also glazing Asmongold on Twitter, talking about some. He was talking about some wrench. I don't know what he's talking about. Like, and it's like, and I've looked at a lot of stuff he said, and it's like, I'm not the biggest fan of him as a creator, and of him as a person. Like I'm not going to say he's a terrible person because I don't know the guy, but like I don't know, anyone that just affiliates themselves with Asmongold just rubs me the wrong way, and like the way he was glazing this man on Twitter, I don't know. So, but I kind of want to put a lot of my anything I have against the creator aside, but it does kind of feel like a lot of one of the big problems I've seen is that a lot of people describe this as DMC fan fiction, like it's basically a DMC fan fiction in a way, and I can kind of see where people are coming from. But so let's get into the actual show and what I like about it and what I don't like about it. First off, the action and the animation's really good. I think it's really good. Like they went all out with it. So I like it. I can't really say anything bad about the action and the animation. I think it looks good. I've heard some people say that like Dante's Devil Trigger looks bad. I think Dante's Devil Trigger looks fine. But overall, I really enjoyed the action and the animation. And yeah, so that's something I enjoyed. I really enjoyed the main villain of the show, the White Rabbit. I thought he was done very well and a very compelling villain. Because like at first he just seems kind of just evil, like an evil dickhead. But as the show goes on, you learn that he really just wants to create a world for like the demons that have been like oppressed for all these years, and he does really help show how bad some of the humans can be. I did like Vice President Baines. I thought he was done rather well. He was voiced by Kevin Conroy, who did an amazing job. R.I.P. to Kevin Conroy, by the way. He's one of the most goated voice actors of all time. but he did a really good job. He wasn't as compelling as the White Rabbit, but he did serve the show. And this might be controversial, but I actually did not mind the actual plot. Cause some people didn't like how like political it got, how and like the whole theme about like not all demons are bad, so there's good demons, and then like some humans are shit, and like there's a big thing like about how humans are inherently destructive and murderous and stuff like that. And some people are like, oh, they're doing this again, like anti-war, like some people are sick of this kind of stuff. But I think as long as it's handled well, you can there are ways that you can make the stuff work, and I think it was done rather decently. I'm not going to say it was like the best like plot ever, best story ever, but I thought the way they handled it was done decently, if a little bit on the nose. Like it was very like in your face, not subtle at all. Like they had Green Day playing while, spoiler alert, they were nuking Mackay at the end of the series. And then and I'll get to the end more later, but I'll talk about different parts of the end while like later. But overall, I think that the story was decent. And yeah, so let me get into the things I didn't particularly like. As an adaptation of Devil May Cry, this kind of fails. So, before anyone says anything, I know this is an alternate universe and not a part of the main timeline. So plot-wise, I can let shit slide, like the whole government shit with like the whole government organization. I can let all that slide. I can let a lot of these things slide, but a lot of the characters just don't act like they should. So starting out with Dante. Dante isn't super different from his game counterpart, but he's different enough to where it's kind of weird. He feels a lot more awkward than he did originally, and he does feel a little bit more like Deadpool than Dante. While I think some people have exaggerated this a little bit, I can see where people are coming from with how Dante's not as accurate as he could be. Because, like I said, you can change the story all you want. Like it's alternate timeline. Like you can have events go completely differently, but I still think you should try to do the characters. You should still try to keep the characters how they are and true to the characters. Because, like I said, Dante does feel a bit more like Deadpool than Dante. So that's my memorable problem with Dante's character. Lady, I don't like Lady's dialogue because she says like, you know how like people were complaining about like Has-Been Hotel characters saying fuck every 5 seconds. Lady does that, and it does kind of get annoying. And she's also just more of a dick than she usually is. Like at first when she met Dante, she was kind of like she did try to shoot him with a rocket, but like after a while, Lady kind of becomes a pretty chill person, and like in the show just makes Lady out to be kind of a big dick. Like I don't know why. Like I guess it's just the way how they wanted to do Lady's character. Her backstory is still pretty similar, with her dad becoming obsessed with demons and becoming one, and then I think she ends up killing him at some point. And I'm not the biggest fan of Lady's design with the battle armor, but I get it because she's in this demon hunting organization, so it's whatever. I don't care that much about the battle armor design, but I much prefer Lady's design in mainly DMC. I'm actually not the biggest fan of DMC 3 Lady's design. I prefer DMC 5 Lady's design, but that's whatever. But yeah, I think they made Lady too too mean, too much of a bitch, for a lot of the show, because I didn't find her completely unlikable, but there were points where she was pretty unlikable, and she stayed unlikable for a lot of the series. And and as Lady starts developing, she starts learning that demons, there are good demons, and how some of the shit that humans do to demons are fucked up. And so with how she's developing, you're thinking, okay, she's going to start understanding things like this, and might team up with Dante, and eventually they do team up in the end. But then in the very end of the last episode, Dante's like, hey, we should become a buddy cop team, Dante and Lady. They're all talking, they're all chilling shit. And you know, you would think like Lady, you know, might join him, or you know, they might become friends now because like clearly they've started to develop as characters, and you know, they fuck with each other. And then Lady betrays him and like knocks him out because orders are orders. Like, huh? Like I don't know if maybe I missed something, but I feel like with how she was being developed, she would like we were starting to see how Lady was seeing that like a lot of the stuff that the whole corporation did was, I think it was Darkcom, I think that's what it was called, was fucked up, and how not all demons are bad, and like she knows that these motherfuckers are just trying to kill all the demons. Like literally, like I said, spoiler alert, like they go into like 5 minutes later, they go into Makai, which is hell in this world. They go into Makai and nuke all the innocent demons, all of demon kind, like most like a shit ton. Like they start sending nukes there, and like after all this development, then she just betrays Dante, which because of orders, and like I feel like that kind of just messed with her character development. I hope they do season 2, which actually they are going to do season 2. I hope they handle Lady's character better, but like it just leaves it wrong. It just like leaves me feeling like confused, because like why did she do that? And I guess there's also my complaint with ending it as a whole. Like the ending specifically, like it doesn't make sense for Lady to do that, but then they put Dante in like a cryogenic chamber, and then there's the part where they play Green Day and President Bane sends nukes into Makai, which, you know, like I said earlier, some of like the political commentary is way too spot on. There's no like, it's way too spot on. There's no like subtlety. There's nothing subtle in the series. It's not subtle at all. It's all spot on. Like there's nothing like you don't need to go deeper into this shit to be honest. Like it's spot like we're not trying to like, they don't really have deeper meanings to a lot of stuff. It's just very, very spot on. So I'm not going to repeat myself, but that's what I think personally. And then at the end, very end, Virgil shows up, and even though for most of this season, Virgil is in his Nello Angelo form, at the end he goes into like his regular Virgil form and says that Mundus has freed him from his bondage. So it's a little bit, so in this version of the series, I guess Mundus lets Virgil kind of be Virgil. I don't know. It's weird, but you know, that did make me excited, because you know, I love Virgil, and as long as they keep Virgil, you know, pretty like as he is in the series for the most part, I'd love to see Virgil. I think Virgil would do a lot of good for this series. You know, he comes in and he says shit about storms approaching, and then Buried Light pops up. I will say one other problem is that like some of the dialogue is sort of like dialogue like that. It's like, come on, really? You just had to do that line like I am that storm. All right, man, we get it. Bury the light. I am the storm that is up. Like sometimes when they just make like references to stuff like that, like references to like songs. I mean, I don't know, cause like looking back, DMC 3 did it too with Devil's Never Crying, Devil May Cry. So you know, it's not that bad, but I don't know. But I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. Like I kind of just want a random side tangent there. And then also with the music. Speaking of Buried Alight, I wish they used more of the music in this series for, you know, this anime, because a lot of the music is like 2000s metal, new metal, or whatever. I don't know the specific genres in these songs, and it's like Evanescence, Limp Bizkit, Papa Roach, and some other people. And while, you know, Green Day, while I do like these these songs, and I like this music I fuck with, it's like I listen to that kind of music all the time. I really wish they stuck more to DMC music and used it for more than just mainly credits. And I guess Devil Trigger played when Dante went into Devil Trigger, but besides that, you only hear Bury the Light. Well, there's the one time where Virgil shows up, and when the credits play on the last episode. But then with Devils Never Cry, it's only a credit song, and I kind of wish they did like the whole like the whole segment where like it's the rough sounding demon sounding. I don't know how to explain it, but like you know what I'm talking about, like because like there's like the angelic sounding part of Devils Never Cry, and then there's like the full on like metal part of, I don't know, metal, rock, whatever part of Devil May Cry. If you've Devils Never Cry, I don't know if I said that, I might have said Devil May Cry, but you know the part I'm talking about if you listen to the song. Like but there's two different parts of the song. We only do the second part, but that might be just a minor nitpick. But I hope if they do a second season, they play more of the actual OST rather than licensed music. But it's not the end of the world. But one reason I love Devil May Cry, I don't know why I struggle to say that, is because of the music. Now, one thing I will get into is kind of the fan reactions. While I understand that like a lot of stuff the show does isn't super faithful to the series, I think people are kind of overreacting a little bit with how they're treating people that do like the series, because there's right now in the DMC community, you're one of two people. People that love the new anime, and people that absolutely fucking hated it. And basically, you'll have a fan saying, "Oh, I like the series," and then like you'll have like an army of DMC sweats like coming out of nowhere, and they'll be like, "You're a fake fan." Like, fuck you. Like it's like all this shit, and like just like harassing people that like the anime, and I think that's just way too far. Like I like, cause I don't know, people can like the anime. I don't know like why you have to go out and be like, you're not a real fan. And there was just like this one tweet where like some lady was talking about like how she was a DMC fan, like the anime, and people were like, "Oh, you're not a real fan," and like she posted a video of her playing the games and of DMC merch and that she had and stuff like that, and people were like, "You're not playing the game like a real fan would. You're playing like you suck." Like, bro, most fans of most games are going to suck at the game. Most players of a game suck. Like, not like most DMC fans are not pulling off the crazy combos you see in those combo videos. That's like a very small minority of a DMC community. Like if I'm probably putting DMC 3 gameplay over this video right now, I'm probably sucking ass right now, but that's not what matters. What matters is I'm having fun. I don't have to be the best DMC player ever, and these people don't have to agree with you on everything and hate the anime like you do to be a real fan. If they enjoy the anime despite its flaws and things like that, they should be allowed to like the anime. So I think that whole thing's just stupid, and I think people are just like I said, like, they're overreacting. If you like this anime, more power to you, and if anyone's trying to tell you that you're not a real fan because you like the anime, then fuck them. Honestly, like, I had to get that part out. Like, that was a bit of a side tangent too, but like, honestly, like, yeah, if you are out harassing people because they like the anime and calling them fake fans and all that shit, yeah, fuck you. Honestly, like, cause like, come on, man. Like, and these are some grown ass men too, going out and being like typing on their keyboard. Oh shit. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But typing on their keyboard, and being like, "You're a fake fan, KYS," like shit, like shut up. But sorry, I need to stop with these side tangents sometimes. But I just did need to get that out. But yeah, I needed to get that part out. Well, with that little side yapping session out of the way, what would I rate this series on a scale from like 1 to 10, or like, what would I rate it? So, as an adaptation, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10, because like, the characters aren't as accurate as I would like them to be to the anime, and there's a plethora of things to where like this doesn't feel like exactly like Devil May Cry should. This does feel partly like a Devil May Cry fanfic, but I overall did really enjoy the show, and like if I'm rating it as not like a Devil May Cry adaptation and just as a show, I'd probably give it a 7 or an 8, like maybe an 8.5. So I'll reach a middle ground and say I'll give the show a 7 out of 10, there was a lot of things I enjoyed about this show. I think it was overall an enjoyable show that I had fun with. I think the writing wasn't horrible, and I had fun with it. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I hope that season 2 is better, and yeah, I hope season 2 is better than this one, and I hope I can give it even more praise than I gave this season. And you know, hopefully hopefully they get all that shit figured out with the creator of the show. But anyways, I'll be out, because y'all probably tired of hearing me yapping for 20 minutes going on random side tangents. But yeah, I'm gonna be out. Follow my Patreon if you want, and without further ado, I'm out of here. Next video is the final chapter of the DxD fanfic series. I don't know. Later, guys. Peace.